Hey, everybody, we are live here on Change Our Minds, and I'm here with my man, Jody. Jody, what's going on?
What's up, everybody? Good to be here. Let's get it popping.
We've had some really good chats. If you're just tuning in, I always have one main event that we post already, and then I try to put some other episodes if they work. Otherwise, you guys just watch the whole show. You can also catch the whole show on Spotify, etc. if you missed any of it, so check it out over there, iTunes, etc. But I did a video last night. I dropped a video at like 10 o'clock at night, and I thought, we'll see if this works. And it actually did really well. I've learned now, oh, man, I guess I got to start doing the late night upload with some of these topics. But I did a video about Jimmy Kimmel because Jimmy Kimmel's getting canceled. And the reality is, like, look, I don't actually have a problem with Kimmel, but I do have a problem in that I think he's a hypocrite, because look, he's the man show. Like, he's a man who's like been out there being vocal about a lot of stuff, and sort of being himself and doing his comedy the way he wants to do it. But now that he's like late night comedian, he's got to play it safer for, Hollywood and the left side. And so he's now like, all about Me Too and the Black Lives Matter. But it's like, dude, you were the man show. Like, you are not the moral authority to tell guys not to be sexist because you haven't even sort of come clean on what you used to do. And now was that okay? And then you've also done videos with blackface with a bunch of, like, you played Oprah, you played, Karl Malone. It's like, dude, it doesn't look good. Jimmy Fallon's apologized. And for the longest time, Jimmy has refused to apologize. So I did a story last night just sort of calling out, like, dude, and then he got caught singing the N-word in a rap that he was doing for K-Rock over in L.A. It just started piling up where people were clearly like, dude, Jimmy, this is stupid. And then Megan Fox clip surfaced where he was sort of giggling at the fact that she was sexualized at the age of 15. Anyway, people were piling on Jimmy. And look, I don't think we should cancel Jimmy, but I think Jimmy needs to, like, we need to treat Jimmy the same way we treated Roseanne or Kevin Hart when we didn't let him do the Oscars. Or we got to just stop canceling people altogether and just let people apologize, learn from it, move on. But Hollywood's not working that way. So it's interesting to watch what happened with Kimmel, because are they going to cancel him from the Emmys? Is he going to get canceled for anything else? Let's see what happened here, because it looks like there's an update to the story, and Jimmy Kimmel apologizes for embarrassing blackface impressions. Now notice, he's only apologizing, it looks like, for that. Here we go. So let's read this, and Jody, I want to get your thoughts. I have long been reluctant to address this, as I knew doing so would be celebrated as a victory by those who equate apologies with weakness and cheer for leaders who use prejudice to divide us. That delay was a mistake. There is nothing more important to me than your respect, and I apologize to those who were genuinely hurt or offended by the makeup I wore or the words I spoke. There you go. Looks like that's all he said. That's it. And then, he says, no, sorry, there is more. It's just, I hate when they don't just give you the statement and they interject.
Oh, there we go. Here it is. Yeah, I see it.
Do you have the statement in full?
Yeah, I have it here.
Go ahead. Finish it from, what was the next part?
On K-Rock Radio in the mid-90s, I did a recurring impression of the NBA player Karl Malone. In the late 90s, I continued impersonating Malone on TV. We hired makeup artists to make me look as much like Karl Malone as possible. I never considered that this might be seen as anything other than an imitation of a fellow human being. One that had no more to do with Karl's skin color than it did his bulging muscles and bald head. I've done dozens of impressions of famous people, including Snoop Dogg, Oprah, Eminem, Dick Vitale, Rosie, and many others. In each case, I thought of them as impersonations of celebrities and nothing more. Looking back, many of these sketches are embarrassing, and it is frustrating that these thoughtless moments have become a weapon used by some to diminish my criticisms of social and other injustices. I believe that I have evolved and matured over the last 20 years, and I hope that it is evident to anyone who watches my show. I know that this will not be the last I hear of this, and that it will be used again to try to quiet me. I love this country too much to allow that. I won't be bullied into silence by these who feign outrage to advance their oppressive and genuinely racist agendas. My summer vacation has been planned for more than a year and includes the next 2 summers off as well. I'll be back to work in September. Thank you guys for giving me an opportunity to explain, and to those I've disappointed, I am sorry, Jimmy Kimmel.
Interesting. He went aggressive in that apology, huh?
You show a little something in there, a little flavor, a little kick on the end.
Yeah.
Go
ahead. What do you think on that?
Look, man. 20 years ago, look. Let me say this. That blackface shit was trash. Let me tell you right now. Jimmy Fallon did the blackface.
Yeah.
He did Chris Rock. It wasn't blackface though. There's a difference between blackface and what dressing up and transforming into a black man is. They're two totally different things and should not be looked at the same. Blackface is a very racist, racial thing that stems all the way from 1920s and 1930s Hollywood. Birth of a Nation, I believe the name was of the movie called The Birth of a Nation.
Yeah, I want to start from like the minstrel shows back in the day, and it was really that literal blackface with the white.
On after that.
Yeah,
and then it carried on from that point. So that is different. Transforming yourself, and you got to be really careful when you do it though, because this is a barometer. When you transform as a white man into a black man, this is the ultimate barometer of just how good you are. Because if you're good, you pass. Shout out to Robert Downey Jr., Tropic Thunder. If you're bad,
he passed.
You look like a racist, bro. And that's what Jimmy did. Yo, Karl Malone was trash. That skin was shiny. It looked fake. And you didn't have the impersonation skills to pull it off. So all we're looking at is, bro, you only doing this shit to make black people look bad right now. Man, you white, bro. Get out that shit, bro. So it was effed up. It was wrong, and it didn't look right. All the stuff that he did on the Man Show, bro, that was 20 years ago, man. I can't. That's too far away, bro.
No,
to X him off, man.
To be clear, we shouldn't for any of that. I'm just my frustration in that end of it is like.
So he apologized for the black part, bro. That was whack. You're not funny enough, and you apologize for it. I'm cool with it, bro. Let him live.
Yeah, look, I think this is I think he should have. I think it took too long to apologize. He should have just done the Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know. That to me is sort of what you do. What's interesting to me though is he got aggressive in this and sort of called out. He's trying to call out the people, the Fox News and everybody who sort of dug up the tapes to sort of weaponize it against him. Look, he's got a point, right? It's that side of things is just doing it because he's so vocal against Trump.
That's why
and Republicans.
I believe he changed though, Andy. That's why it was that last part that he said when he started to kind of lash out a little bit, why I believe he changed. Because had he been, what happens when racists get exposed? Oh, no, it's all good. No, I'm so sorry for my behavior. I regret it to my soul. Honestly, I swear. But this dude is like, look, I regret it. I apologize. It's wrong. But I'm changed. That was 20 years ago. Don't take away from all the stuff that I've been doing, because he takes pride in where he is today as a man, and he's not having that. Right. That's what I'm talking about. I like that, and that's why I believe that he actually did grow from those ideals from the past.
Right, but I was saying it totally, and it's the fact that he's getting aggressive against those people who are trying to cancel him. That other side that's trying to sort of do it. Back. I gotta say, it shows balls, right? It just shows he's got an opinion. Right. He's sticking by his stuff, and he's not afraid to be like, yeah, I said that, but I was trying to why are we making it a thing again right now? Because that's not a thing right now. You're making it a thing for your own political reasons, right? And then you're trying to use it to cancel me. No, that's not cool. And to me, it's like, look, you shouldn't cancel. But I still go back of look, I still maybe make me unpopular, but I think Roseanne should have had an opportunity to apologize as well. I think Kevin Hart should have had a chance to apologize as well. What happened to them, and then now sort of Jimmy Kimmel gets away with it. That frustrates me. It's like they all should have gotten the chance to apologize. And so I understand how ABC sort of says, okay, well, Jimmy Kimmel's apologized for this actions, but James Gunn, we got to let him leave for a little bit. And then Roseanne, no, she can never come back. What is the rules?
Well, right? Roseanne was recent. That was in the last few years. I mean, it's different. It's a little different now versus 20 years ago.
You're right. Even in her instance, though, and I'm trying to defend her because the comment was stupid. She made some comment.
Jimmy did this 3-4 years ago, then he'd be out of here.
I guess that's what it is.
Because you can't hide behind the I've changed stuff. You can't. Nah, bruh. You're out of there.
Yeah, Roseanne made a tweet. What was it? She made some comment about someone looking like Planet of the Apes, is what she said.
I forget who. A black politician, I believe.
And she.
I don't think it was Condoleezza Rice.
I don't think she. Look, that is obviously has a bad racist connotation when you compare a black person to an ape.
That was racist as shit.
But when I remember listening to her defend it, just because I try to hear both sides of things, she was making fun of the makeup of the Tim Burton making of Planet of the Apes. Is what she was doing. There was a plastic surgery, something is what she was trying to justify it as. Whether that's true or not, or whether she's racist or not, I can't say. But my point is, there was definitely more to it than I think she meant to, and I think she had her foot in her mouth because she realized she said something really stupid, and it offended people, and she did apologize at the point. So my point is I don't know. It just still feels like she tried to adjust it. She tried to apologize. She made the change, and she actually gave up her friggin' show so her cast could keep doing it, so she could sort of step out and not be sort of the, cause all of them to lose their jobs, which I thought was pretty admirable of her. But she could have just said, no, screw all you, I'm leaving. So look, I do have some, I do feel slightly bad for her. I feel like there's probably more of that story than we say, because I don't know if that means she was racist or she just said a stupid joke that she should regret. My point is Jimmy Kimmel made stupid jokes, but I guess your point is, and I can see that being a fair point of like, well, when did you do it? How long ago was this? Was this last week or was this 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Is a valid point. These were 10 years ago or so.
20 years ago, Eddie? You know how long of a time that is, bro? Like,
he did the
20 years ago, I was in like junior high. I'm different. We grow. So
yeah, K-Rock was in the mid.
K-Rock
was in the mid 90s where he did that show, and he did Karl Malone. So it was a completely different time. He's totally right. I mean, Jimmy Fallon did it in 2000 something. So I think Jimmy Kimmel did it even longer ago. So look, we're there. So we're forgiving him. What do you guys think? Do you think this is fair? Should he be back in there? Should ABC have like reprimanded him at all, like for a point, just to sort of show that's what they do when you do this? I'm curious.
I think he's gonna get a little touch. He's gonna get a little touch, and people got their eye on him. Jimmy, this is it. Anything after this, bro, you probably you chop liver.
Yeah, you've gotten your warning. You've gotten your slap on the wrist. You're now take your vacation, and when you come back, you better be. It's interesting though, because there's still sort of him laughing about Megan Fox. It's not just been this one.
I've seen that.
It's not just this one. He's sort of. It's like I just don't think he look, and I'm not trying to cancel him, but I don't think he should be an ambassador for Me Too. It's like
I don't know when was that Megan Fox clip? Because Megan Fox said, Michael Bay, I was like 15 years old, and he put me in a bikini under a waterfall, and I'm like, what? And Kimmel was like, yeah, that's
normal for us men.
That's normal. Yeah, he's like,
admit it.
I was 15. She was like, well, we keep that in our minds. We're supposed to know enough not to say it. I was like, dang, bro,
right, but and again, that's Jimmy Kimmel.
Real.
Like Jimmy Kimmel in the Man Show has been had done terribly sexist stuff back on that show.
Yeah,
like terribly sexist stuff. So my point is like, yes, it was a long ago. I believe he can change. I'm not trying to cancel him for it. A lot of it was funny back then in that climate, but it's not funny now. But my point is like, I don't think that he should be the vocal person for Me Too. It just looks hypocritical to me. You support women, whatever you want to do, but it's like, just shut up. You're not the face of that movement by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. Just stay out of it. Support women when you can. That's where I come from the hypocrisy. But look, I think this is a pretty good apology. I do like that he aggressively comes after that side to say, look, this is why I've paused, because I didn't want them to weaponize this. Because they are trying to cancel him, and I got his back on that. We shouldn't be canceling him.
Is he getting canceled though? For real, you started the video saying he's getting canceled. Is that what's going on?
Look, people. When I say that, it's like the Twitter trend comes in of cancel Kimmel is what happens, and people attempt to right. Canceling has now become just sort of an adjective for like, get rid of him. It doesn't mean the same thing, and it doesn't actually work the same way nowadays, like it did in 2017. But people are attempting to cancel him. Yes.
You think he's going to come out on the other end on this safe?
Oh yeah, I think ABC's got his back. That's Disney.
I think so too.
I think he's sort of proven like, that's not who I am. I'm a company man. I'll do what I got to do. Everybody loves him. He's got a lot of celebrity friends who will have his back on that. It's the same reason like Howard Stern got in trouble. He got caught with some blackface sketches from the 90s as well. But look, I listen to him. I don't think he's so not a racist, but he's made some really stupid and immature jokes, but he's done it to everybody. Like that's who he was back in the day. He was Mr. like, I'm going to say anything I can, similar to James Gunn. But I don't believe either of them are racist guys. I think they just did stupid comedy back then. But both of them now have sort of audiences and celebrity friends that sort of can protect them, which is like, right now, Chris D'Elia, he's in a bit of a spot. Some people are starting to turn on him, and his stuff's pretty whack. But that's a topic for another video. But
sad thing is that stuff that was edgy in the 90s will get your shit canceled today. We're getting softer and more sensitive as a society, ladies and gentlemen. Take a good look.
Yeah, it's true, and that's the one thing I was very careful of. I was always very aware of not using the N-word on, really never. I've never said it. I say that confidently because I knew I don't want to get caught saying that or having anything out there. It's just one of those things that white guys just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't risk it. Now, then, or ever, especially now. And Kimmel thinking that was sort of just an okay to do thing in the 90s. It was stupid. Even I knew in the 90s. Yeah, you don't do that. So that edgy thing, it's getting called out now, and anybody who's got that skeleton in their closet, they're going to start sweating. But when Kimmel and all these people get away with it, it's starting to sort of normalize it where it's like, all right, here's how you get away with this. You make your apology, you do your thing, and suddenly it's all okay. What do you guys think down in the comments? Or people who watch us on the replay, do you forgive them? Do you not? Let us know. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you join us every Tuesday, Thursday here live, 9 p.m. for the full show. That's all we got for you. We'll stay here live. If you're watching, stick with us. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.